Hey y'all, I got some bags here I wanted to talk to y'all about, and I typically do these videos discussing new products I've recently gotten, and today I'm talking about something that's not new at all. This bag here, the Red Ox flying boxcar. I've had this one for 15 years, and this one, its younger sibling, the Red Ox Skytrain, I've had for about 6 years now. Not phenomenally old, but particularly this one has seen some years, and this one, though younger, has seen some miles, and they both held up phenomenally well, and that's why I wanted to discuss these. In fact, the one of the phrases that the company Red Ox uses to advertise their products is something along the lines of, it's like the last bag you'll ever buy. So if this was the last bag I would ever buy, why do I have two of them? Well, this one I bought to be the most durable bag I could find to carry a very specific packing list. And the items in the packing list were not necessarily all small. And they were varied. And there was a good possibility that things were going to need to be very hurriedly just shoved in the bag. So you don't want something that just needs to be very precisely packed to the T every time you need to load it. No, you wanted a little extra room. So that was why I went with this bag. And at the time, mid 2000s, it was, by most U.S. domestic flights, perfectly acceptable as a carry-on. So it seemed like a good size at the time. At that time, I had never traveled internationally. All of my flights were domestic. It could easily accommodate everything on that packing list with a little bit of extra room. And it was the right bag for me at the time. Fast forward several years, took a trip to Ireland, but we had a trip within a trip. So actually, we flew into Ireland for a wedding, lots of things with us, wedding gift, suit, dress, all of those things, and left some carry-on luggage with some friends in Dublin, and then flew to other destinations in Europe, and we each just took a carry-on for that. And consequently, we wanted a carry-on that would meet all the European requirements, which many U.S. airlines are now adopting. So this is a smaller footprint than this one, and it is... It's a different style bag that seemed to be appropriate for that trip, and I'll go over that in a minute. But the long story short on this one is it converts to be carried like a backpack or a duffel. Couple quick things about Red Ox that are absolutely worth discussing. Is, you can see proudly stated on their logos, they're made in Montana. So U.S. made, manufactured here. That's something that I'm very happy to spend a little bit of extra money on. The other little bit of extra money that these bags cost, because they're not inexpensive, they're not unobtainable, is that they are just built like tanks. 1,000. I'm going to read you the language that they have on their webpage for some of these items. 1,000 weight, urethane coated, DuPont certified Cordura nylon. They all have YKK zippers. The top of the line, number 10 Vislon self-locking YKK zippers. It just feels substantial when you zip. No cheap coil zippers. These are the real sewn-in ones. The zippers on these bags are really just a pleasure to use every time. The snaps. Does this bag have any snaps? Yeah, here's one. These are stainless steel. They're mil spec that the U.S. military specifies for any sort of carrying application that they need snaps on. Nice quality clasps. This mechanism here on the adjustment for the shoulder straps is steel. It is powder coated. It is just sturdy, spring loaded. Has this nice tug lanyard on it. It just, everything about these bags just feels well made when you hold them. And they, when put through the paces, they stand up to what you would expect. So the first one I got, the Flying Boxcar. It is a traditional duffel. It's empty now, so it's hard to it's kind of hard to get these full things in the frame. On this face, we have, just typical outside duffel compartments. A small one, a sock compartment, and then a larger one here that just about perfectly holds a DOP kit or a toiletries bag. So that's typically what I've used that for. The hand straps have snaps on them. This is the end closure. So these bags are not claiming to be waterproof. And one thing that's evidenced by is that it kind of has this open end, but it's secured by these twist mechanisms that are just, these are sturdy and they feel substantial. Double zipper opening top. On the inside, you'll see it's a pretty standard inside of a duffel bag. Not a lot going on in here. You can see the padded bottom. On the other side of the bag, I'll flip it around for you, is a pass-through pocket. So if you are using a rolling suitcase as well as bringing one of these, you can unzip these and then slide this over the carrying handle. But if you're not doing that, you can still use it as a regular pocket. Good place to keep some flatter, smaller items that maybe you need access to. Great bag. This bottom here, we'll show you this. I'm going to see if I can show you the stitch count on the straps that are stitched over the padded bottom, but I don't know, the stitch count is just, it's incredibly high everywhere. There we go. We can kind of see on some of the side webbing where it's not as high as in other places. You can see that's just a piece of reinforcement. The stitch count is higher than many bags would have anywhere on them. So this is the Flying Boxcar. This is the SkyTrain. As I said, this one converts to backpack and duffel bag. On the outside is just a pocket. This is probably mostly, I use it for shoes. Things that maybe don't need any protection, any cushioning. I won't say protection, but any cushioning are good for there. I've thrown my DOP kit in that pouch. Then there's a first pouch. Opens up. It has another little pouch in it. If you're not bringing a whole DOP kit, this is a good place to throw toothbrush, toothpaste. Maybe you're just going overnight. Shower before you leave one day, shower when you get back the next day. You don't need to bring a lot. This is a good place to put it. It doesn't look very deep, but when you count the thickness here and here, it ends up being a, good 3 inches, enough to fit several shirts or pants stacked up, folded. I usually fold 2 piles and maybe lay some socks across. But clothing works even better in the next pocket. This one, because it has the compression straps and is that much deeper. This, the walls on just this side are probably 5 inches, and then you get another 1.5 inches there. You're definitely more than 6 inches. And then once you start, clipping in your clothes and pulling the compression strap, then you can pull them nice and flat. Holds a good number of clothes in a small space very well. I've easily been able to slip and this is cushioned here as well. I easily slip a laptop back there as well to carry as few bags as possible. And that actually kind of goes to where I found this brand from. There's an old website. It's updated, but not much because it doesn't need to be updated much, called onebag.com. And it's sort of a philosophy webpage on traveling with just a single bag, traveling light, buying quality travel gear. And I highly suggest everyone go read it. I'll definitely put a link down in the description to onebag.com. And now we'll discuss this side of the bag. So this is not a backpacking bag, a hiking pack. This is a duffel bag that has some shoulder straps. They're nice and cushy. They've got these nice mechanisms, but still at the end of the day, the bottom, they're just hooked with this. They're designed to be stowed in the case that you don't want to carry it like a backpack. You just want to carry it like a duffel. Maybe you need as few dangly bits as possible to minimize any chance of snagging. You throwing this on a boat or something. And there, it's in its duffel form. This is the strap, the carrying strap that comes with any Redox. It is rubberized. It is very rugged. It is not the most comfortable. This one, since I usually carry it with those backpack straps, I didn't worry about this. This is fine. On the duffel, though, I did decide that I wanted something a little bit more comfortable. And I got this Tom Bin strap there. Made in the USA as well. This one is both cushy, rubberized on the part that meets your shirt, but also stretches. It's you have to really kind of tug on it to get it to stretch, but once it's weighted and hanging off your body and you get that stretch, it will bounce. It just makes it really comfortable. It's really cushy. This is just really nice if you're going to be having this thing slung over your shoulder when it's kind of weighted for a while. It's probably not as durable and as rugged as that Redox one that came with it, but it's still pretty durable. I've used this bag for years. I have chipped off a little bit of paint, but other than that, it's in great shape. So if you hadn't heard of Redox yet, I just wanted to make sure all of y'all were aware of it. The build quality on these really is phenomenal. So I'm going to let y'all go, but first I'm going to say the usual internet video things. Go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe, get in the comments, tell me what you think. Do you think I'm a shill for these companies that have never given me any money? And in fact, I've given Red Oxel. Well, sitting in front of me here is probably $700 or $800 worth of bags now. I mean, I might not have paid that much when I bought them 15 and 6 years ago, maybe 7, somewhere around there. But still, just phenomenal products. So get in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you're looking for any sort of bag like this, I highly recommend these. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one. Bye.